Good morning. Let's welcome in this light this morning and sing our first song, This Little Light of Mine. Rise as you're willing and able. Our opening words are by Alok Vaid-Menon, who's a gender nonconforming writer and performance artist who's been sharing their bright light worldwide for years, advocating for gender equality. And you should see Alok on the screen. Maybe. All right. I hope you got some of that. Alok's poetic wisdom is reminding us that love is a dynamic force, that love refuses exclusion. It draws a circle so wide that no one's left outside its embrace. And it inspires us to imagine a world, what it could be with the practice of love, the curiosity of what it might be. And if what happened on our campus here last night is any glimpse, I'm feeling hopeful. The Transgender Day of Visibility event took place again here in Parish Hall in the courtyard. And the space over there was beautifully, colorfully decorated. There was art, food, music, fun, people of all ages and expressions with a joyful, loving vibe. Volunteers from this congregation were part of the Love Squad, although they were calling us Love Angels. And we stood at the gate, we greeted folks as they entered, kept an eye out for any threats so that the folks inside could relax and enjoy the evening. And thank you for all here who showed up to help make that happen. Okay. So we step into this calling this morning to honor the truths and experiences of trans and non-binary siblings, celebrating their individuality, affirming their worth, and committing to creating spaces where everyone can thrive. Welcome to the Unitarian Society of Santa Barbara. On this beautiful April morning, bird chirping, sunshiny, we are a living, growing, vibrant faith that strives to live with integrity, nurture wonder, and inspire the actions that transform us and transform the world. So whether this is the first time you've walked through those doors, or the 4th or the 400th, we're glad that you chose to come here for your sanctuary, or online. You are part of our larger community. All humans are of goodwill are welcome here. And if you're new, a very special welcome and encouragement to fill out the welcome card in your order of service or online, and stick around after service in the coffee hour so we can get to know you. And there's lots of things going on throughout the week to connect with. My name is Kier Zecker, and I use they, them pronouns. I'm a member of your worship arts team, co-leading this service with Ellen Brody, with the help of Matthew Grissett and Charla Brigante, Heather Levin. And we offer this lay-led service while Reverend Julia Hamilton is in another UU pulpit in Lexington, Massachusetts this morning, or probably already was. So a couple of announcements first. Earth Advocates and the Tri-County Regional Energy Network has a presentation at 11:30 after the service today in Parish Hall. And there's also a table outside with information on that. You can learn about incentives for home energy upgrades. And if you're craving more time for reflection, meditative singing, connection, come to the Taizé service. That's this Tuesday, happens in here, 6 p.m. on Tuesday. If you're looking to dive into how we live out our values in the world, focusing on specific topics like UU history, befriending death, money, reflections, there's the adult RE Lunch and Learn service led by members of this congregation and staff. Our first one is today. And again, there's sign-up tables in the courtyard or online for these upcoming sessions. And if you like to sing, we also have a community choir starting up April 14th for another 6-week series. And this is led by Gwendolyn Kilfoyle, and showing up requires no musical background. It's just heart and spirit joining together to sing life-affirming songs. And lastly, just a reminder, we have a wonderful care team here. If you're going through a tough time or need support, stop by and see them in the courtyard, or their number to call is in your Friday email. But before we fully settle in, I'm going to invite you to greet your neighbors, to take a moment to notice who is here with you today. Share some eye contact and a welcome. Find someone you don't know, and we'll call you back in about a minute. I invite you back now in your seat. Go ahead and center yourself back in this space. Center ourselves in the spirit of love, inclusion, belonging. You can close your eyes if you'd like. You can keep those feelings of aliveness from meeting others bubbling through you as you settle. And we'll listen to the sound of the bull gong connect us.
Oh, now, okay. So I'm getting over a cold, so if I sound like a combination of a foghorn and Tallulah Bankhead, I apologize. Okay. If you're joining us from home and would like to participate in the chalice lighting, please light a candle or chalice and write into the chat, "Chalice is lit," and the name of your street or town. Although we can't see the flame, we know they are burning bright throughout our far-flung community. I'm being helped this morning in the chalice lighting by Heather Green, who's going to come forward. Thank you. And the words for this morning's chalice lighting are from my favorite author, Anonymous. Okay. Really a very prolific author. May the light from this chalice be a flame of peace, of joy, of understanding, and mostly of welcome. May this chalice flame guide us through the darkness of these challenging times and into the light of the new days ahead. May we comfort ourselves in the knowledge that we're making this journey together, and then when we join our light to others, shining through the darkness, know that united in love, we are an immovable, unstoppable force. May we keep lighting our chalice of hope and belonging so that all will know they have a home with us. Thank you, Heather. When Reverend Julia initially suggested that we all take some time in our busy lives to discover one good thing, something or someone that made a positive difference, bringing light and hope into the world, this quickly became one of my favorite parts of the service. Even when I was responsible for coming up with the collective one good thing, I embraced the task joyfully because I felt confident that a careful reading of the newspaper, a walk at Lake Los Caneros, participation in a demonstration, or a conversation with friends would surely uncover something worth lifting up as the week's one good thing. And for a while, this worked. I had no trouble identifying special people or things, and I marveled each week at the wonderful good things members of the worship team introduced to us. And then the ground shifted under me, and it became a challenge for me to come up with that special person or moment. And then I remembered, oddly enough, a quote by Booker T. Washington. "Cast down your bucket where you are." And instead of searching far afield for a special moment, I looked to our own community, to how Santa Barbara has come together in support of our immigrant neighbors, to protect Social Security and Medicare, to honor and respect the dignity of trans and non-binary folk. It's way more than one good thing. It's an entire kaleidoscope of good things.
It's April, the first weekend in April, and we'd love to celebrate all the April birthdays. So if you have one, come on up now. If you're online, go ahead and type it in the chat. Come on up if you have an April birthday, and we're going to celebrate you with some birthday stickers. Yeah, I'm going to pass the mic to Ellen, who's going to give you your stickers, or I'm going to have you pass the mic down, and you can say your name and your birthday, and your age is optional.
I'm Lorraine Woodman, and on April 24th, I will be 73.
Good morning, I'm Deb Karoff, and on April 4th, 2 days ago, I turned 68.
Mike Risto, and on April 8th, I'm going to leave the 70s of fraternity and join the 80s.
Bart Woolery. On April 15th, I will be 4 years into Medicare, and it better well go on. Traditional Medicare.
Wait. Please, everyone, join me in sending a big birthday blessing to all these folks up here and everyone having an April birthday this month. May the coming year unfold for you with joy and curiosity and wonder, renewal. May you be open to the miracles of the universe. May your spirit shine free. May you have loved ones to laugh and cry with. The world is a better place with you in it. Happy birthday.
Please rise in body or spirit as we sing We Are Not Our Own. We are not our own, earth forms us, human leaves on nature's growing vine, fruit of many generations, seeds of life divine. We are not alone, earth names us, past and present, peoples near and far, family and friends and strangers, show us who we are. Therefore let us make thanksgiving, and with justice willing and aware, give to earth and all things living liturgies of care. Let us be a house of welcome, living stone upholding living stone, gladly showing all our neighbors we are not our own.
Take that stool. Good morning, everyone. It is time, well, good morning. Some of you tried to greet me. It is time for our story, and I invite anyone who likes to come up and sit on the steps and hear a good story to come forward. Here they come. Great. This story this morning was shared with me by Ellen, who learned it as a small child. I think you said you were 4, Ellen. Ellen was 4 years old when she heard this story, and it's so perfect for today. It's called The Chirkendooce. A long time ago, or perhaps just yesterday, in a barnyard far away, or maybe just down the road, a chicken did what chickens do and laid an egg. This chicken, however, had ever so much to do, scurrying around the barnyard, picking up scraps, chasing the old rooster, and generally making sure she was queen of the farm, that she could just not make time to sit on an egg until it hatched. Sensing a need here, her friends, the turkey, duck, and goose, stepped up to help out by taking turns sitting on the egg. Well, a very strange thing happened when the egg finally hatched. Instead of the fuzzy yellow chick that everyone expected, out of the shell popped a most unusual creature. Part chicken, part turkey, part duck, part goose, a chirkendooce. The chirkendooce introduced himself by saying, "Well, I'm not a chicken and I'm not a duck. I have more brains than I have luck. I'm not a turkey and I'm not a goose. Can't you see? I'm a chirkendooce." Well, unfortunately, the chicken, turkey, duck, and goose, who had all played a part in helping the chirkendooce hatch, find him so different, so unlike them or unlike anything they have ever seen, that they refuse to accept him into their barnyard community, even after he pleads, "Must I be a chicken or a goose? Can't I be a chirkendooce?" Turning a deaf ear to his pleas, the other animals banish the little guy, condemning him to wander about, wondering where to go and what to do next. He's one pretty unhappy chirkendooce who cannot for the life of him understand why he is being rejected, as he says, "Can I be such a sight that when others see me they take fright? Though I can see what they mean when they say my legs are bent. Am I ugly? No, I'm just different." Suddenly, as the chirkendooce started off to find his way in the big world, but just a few yards from the farm, something very alarming happens. A fox has made his way into the barnyard and starts to menace all the chickens, turkeys, ducks, and geese. As the chirkendooce edges back to the farmyard to check out what all the commotion is all about, the fox sees him. Frightened by what he does not recognize or understand, the fox turns tail and runs, leaving all the residents of the barnyard safe. Suddenly, the whole community is celebrating the chirkendooce, crowding around him, calling him a hero. "You saved our lives," everyone proclaims. "That fox will never come back as long as you're here. 3 cheers for the chirkendooce." Although hailed as a hero and suddenly welcomed back into the barnyard by the residents who minutes earlier had turned him out, the chirkendooce comes to an important realization about his sudden and unexpected acceptance. He tells the assembled chickens, turkeys, ducks, and geese, no, wait. Before you caused me tears, now you're giving me 3 cheers. Because I chased the fox and set you free. Well, I don't want the tears and I don't want the cheers. Can't you just like me because I'm me? And the chicken, turkey, duck, and goose listened and took his message to heart. they began to understand that although we may look or sound or be or seem different, that difference is at the core of what makes each of us special and what makes a community vibrant and strong. The Denzians of the Barnyard also came to realize that community is not based on special favors one member does for another. The Chirkandus should not have needed to perform an act of bravery, no matter how unintentional, in order to be embraced and welcomed by his neighbors. Strong and loving and beloved communities are built on a foundation of trust and acceptance and, yes, the acknowledgement and celebration of difference. Thank you for this story, Ellen, and it is time to sing our children out. Next time I show.
We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go, to nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go.
Today, as government agencies are ordered to remove any references to transgender or intersex people and their history, as anti-trans bills are proliferating under this administration, from passports to school censorship, health care, serving in the military, playing sports, the White House is trying to make it harder for transgender Americans to live openly and safely. There's an underlying fear of what will happen next, and our hearts are hurting from these and many other realities right now. So how do we hold this? Sometimes it's little things that turn our lens back towards hope. Last night at the Visibility event, I had a moment when I found a table covered with a colorful little zine by Mo Frank Nyoji, and I'm gonna read it. It says, a transgender tween tells me they are scared. Hey, listen to me, listen. I know it's scary, it's awful, it's not fair, and yet there is a brightness in you that is immeasurable. Do you see it? Look closer. It might not happen the way you think. It might look different, but joy is coming. It advances. Do you see it? Stay here. Through pout and pain or peskiness, stay here. See what the news is going to be tomorrow. Graves grow no green that you can use. Remember, green is your color. You are spring. I love you, trans kids. We'll get through this. We hold in love and prayer all transgender people who live under the weight of violence, fear, and intolerance, who have survived and thrived in a hostile world. And we hold in love and prayer all who recognize the significance of gender justice for all people. We who believe in freedom will not rest until it comes. We pray for the dawn of a new day where the very humanity of trans people is no longer called into question or ignored. And we pray for the teachers, spiritual leaders, the social workers, lawyers, medical professionals, all the people out there heeding the call to support trans liberation and trans visibility. We here commit and recommit to upholding your journey of freedom, creating a world where people of all genders know peace and love, dignity and justice. And may we build that world soon. I invite you now into a moment of silence.
In the early morning hours of June 28, 1969, on a darkened stretch of street in New York's West Village, all hell broke loose. Officers from NYPD's 6th Precinct, exercising their God-given right to raid gay bars, harass and intimidate patrons, and as an added bonus, collect some protection money on the side, encountered a scene few of them would ever forget. Instead of the usual terrified and therefore compliant patrons of the bar, relieved to get away with simply a stern and moralistic reprimand, or at the very worst, a summons, people fought back. There's raging debate over who threw the first brick, or indeed whether bricks flew at all. What is not up for debate is that on that night, the only people cowering in fear were the cops. There are as many versions of what really happened those June nights at the Stonewall Inn as there are people who claim to have participated in or witnessed the events. Actions have been attributed to folks who simply were not there, and a veritable cottage industry of mythologies and half-truths has emerged, either to sanctify or denigrate individuals who may or may not have played a role in the rebellion. Some things, however, are so well documented that even cynics and naysayers agree with the broad outlines of the story. Chief among these is the general agreement about the demographic the Stonewall, with its dingy lighting, filthy restrooms, watered-down drinks, and mafiosa at the door, attracted. It also had a jukebox, so some folks came just to dance with a same-sex partner, an activity that was illegal in the city at that time. While it would be a bit of a stretch to call any gay or lesbian bar in New York in the 60s attractive or inviting, the Stonewall scraped the bottom of a not terribly deep barrel. The bar drew a mix of underage street kids with fake IDs, drag queens and kings, and closeted gays seeking a fling in relative anonymity. The Stonewall would never make it onto a list of Chamber of Commerce best bets while visiting New York, which of course was both its appeal and what made it such an easy target for police shakedowns. It's also what makes it so central to the history of the fight for LGBTQ+ rights. Arguably, without Stonewall, I wouldn't be speaking with you this morning. There would be no Transgender Day of Visibility with all its glorious pageantry and serious intent. No young people coming to recognize in and for themselves that biology need not equal destiny. No voices speaking up for the most marginalized and vulnerable members of our society. Stonewall, with its butches in men's jeans and construction boots, and drag queens in all their tattered finery, literally kicked down the doors of that miserable hovel and let the light shine in. And shine it did, particularly on another June day, almost a half century later. On June 24th, 2016, President Barack Obama officially opened the Stonewall National Monument, which expressly recognized the lives and honored the bravery of people who identify as LGBTQ, the first such monument in the vast national park system. Given the pivotal role of T and Q people in both the Stonewall Rebellion and the political moment that quickly emerged from it, those two letters spoke volumes about the history, struggles, and achievements of an important segment of the American population. For almost a decade, the Stonewall National Monument stood as a place of education, of enlightenment, and of refuge. And then, with the stroke of a pen, an executive order proclaimed that the US government recognized only two sexes. Within hours of that ill-informed and malevolent declaration, the letters T and Q were removed from the monument's signage. I've recently been asked if I think the current moment is worse than what we faced in 1969. I'm not sure I have a satisfactory answer. The best I can manage is an acknowledgement that while the movement for LGBTQ rights has suffered a critical blow, the attacks on the trans community would not be so virulent had there not been significant progress made towards recognizing and celebrating the full and complex humanity of all of us. We seem to have been pushed off the path we started down that June night 66 years ago, but witnessing the outpouring of support yesterday in Santa Barbara for all communities under threat, in my more cautiously optimistic moments, I honestly think that together we will walk each other home. Thank you. Every Sunday, USSB donates 25% of our Sunday offering to support special projects and community partners that share our deepest values. This month, we're sharing our offering with the Wilderness Youth Project. Wilderness Youth Project's inspired, skilled, and committed staff and volunteers work diligently to connect local youth to the wonders of nature. Their goal is to help young people grow into strong, confident members of the community with great respect and reverence for the natural world. Designed for students from preschool through high school, Wilderness Youth Project reaches out to underserved populations through scholarships and subsidized programs. The organization is committed to the principle that cost should never be a barrier to experiencing nature. At the heart, their mission is the fervent belief that connecting to the land is a birthright that belongs to all people. So please give as generously as you can to ensure that Wilderness Youth Project can continue its mission. For those of you at home, the text to give number appears on your screen. And please join with me in saying the affirmation of gratitude and giving. Let us be grateful when we are able to give, for many do not have that privilege. Let us be grateful for those who share their gifts with us, for we are enriched by their giving. And let us be grateful even for our needs, so that we may learn from the generosity of others. And I'm thrilled to report that the music portion follows something I need to say, so I don't break down in the middle of it. Matthew and choir, take on.
Thank you, choir. In 1976, the year I turned 9 years old, my family moved to Littleton, Colorado. I was struggling with being labeled a girl. I yearned to wear my tough-skinned jeans, get really physical and muddy, messy, talk loudly about gross things and sports stuff without being reprimanded that I was the wrong gender to do these things. I decided that the move to Colorado was a good opportunity to try being a boy. So with my brother's help, I became known as Mark in my neighborhood. And I passed as a boy. And although there were some true highlights of this time, of being able to express myself in different ways, I didn't feel like I belonged to the boy camp either. I would continue to feel not really truly a girl or not really a boy for the rest of my life. I identify as a non-binary human. And I love that I can use a word and pronouns now to describe my gender that feels right and life-affirming in my soul. I value the way it makes me feel at home with myself and seen honestly by others. And I know no outside power can refute what is true inside for me. And yet on January 20th of this year, when the slew of presidential executive orders were rolled out affecting so many communities, and including the order that defined gender to be binary determined at birth, I was moved after the shock and disbelief and anger to a feeling of real loneliness, of being excluded, discounted, erased. My mind threw terrible thoughts through my head based on fear and insecurity that I should just give up and check a box. Until I realized, oh, that's how they want me to feel. All these proclamations and chaos surrounding them are intending to foster this fear and incapacitation. Whereas now even reclaiming joy is considered an act of resistance. And why? I think joy and aliveness come from being able to live from that place of authenticity, of showing up as our full selves of all that we possess. And when you show up as your genuine self, whatever that may be, you allow others to do the same, creating the vibrant world that we all deserve to live in. I personally believe gender is a galaxy where all this miraculous embodiment of possibility and wonder, and we all get to interpret what gender means to us. We interpret that differently. Trans people especially can inspire us to live more authentically, to look inside ourselves and ask, where in my expression of life am I following old shoulds and shaming around gender roles? As Reverend Julia said last week, we embrace human complexities as a gift, not something to be overcome. And I think this applies to having that courage to look for and acknowledging the intricacies we hold within us first. It takes bravery to give light and visibility to our full humanness. But we can't show up if we don't feel safe. And in these times, I am so very grateful for spaces like this, the Unitarian Society of Santa Barbara, where we covenant to celebrate our differences with curiosity and respect and center love as our spiritual discipline, as our way to be with each other. Where people show up for marches and write letters and make calls for our rights to change the laws, form love squads, open our rooms to trans groups and other friends living out the values throughout the week, town halls, and the joyous celebration, like the joyous celebration that happened here last night. And we commit to listening to and holding up each other's truths. That beautiful offertory song we just heard translates, in truth, you are first, in truth, you are last. Or one interpretation being, there are times when you must let your own personal truth come first. There are other times you must pull back your own truth and let other truths shine forth. We support each other in everyone search for what is true for them. And I don't believe that the solution to our problems are binary either. The practice of opening our hearts and mind to a diversity of experiences takes a lot of time. But I have faith and curiosity that there will be change for the better, or even that there might be, as Alok said in the beginning. May we have the patience and resilience to follow our dream of the beloved community, one day at a time. And I know I'm in the right place when I show up here. Until there is peace for us and everyone, we take one more step together. And that's our closing song, One More Step. Come on up.
Please remain standing, and with permission, take the hand of someone near you or put your hand over your heart. And as we come to the end of our worship together, let's take this moment to acknowledge and give thanks for all that's peaceful and beautiful around us, for the challenges we face with grace and fortitude, for the love and support of our UU community and the larger community we're striving to build. And in keeping with the rainbow theme of this morning's service, let us give special thanks for the diversity of experience and expression that makes us such a powerful force for good. And as we venture out into the world, a world full of promise and of peril, may the light of love shine upon you, out from within you, be gracious unto you, and bring you peace. For this is the day we are given. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And let us call out a blessing.
I just want to let you know, as a drummer,